This isn't a cooking show, it's Salad and Fries with me, your host, Centron. Real laughs, real stories, and real growth. OMG! I'm here. Okay, super nervous, but we're gonna make it do what it do, boo. Yeah. So welcome, folks. It's been a hot minute. A hot minute. A hot minute. I know you guys are like, what is taking him so long? Well, it's been a process. We've been baking. No, they don't say baking. They say cooking. What do they say? They say let them cook. But see, I was in the background baking. So yeah, I'm baking, or I was baking. But I think the baby's done now. So yeah, we've upgraded with like all kinds of yeah, equipment, technology, my whole house, guys. It's everything just looks way different. I today I was literally putting this together and I was thinking about how I started the show back in 2020, like right before COVID. And it was my cell phone and a ring light. Literally a cell phone and a ring light. And now if you guys could see what's all in here, you would be like, okay, we've elevated, hence the name. So, welcome to Salad and Fries. I'm so excited to see each and every one of you. I am Centron. I'm going to be your host today. We're going to go through a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to do my best to get through my list. I have a million monitors in front of me. So, excuse me if I look down or if I'm looking around because I am the show host. I'm the producer. I'm doing marketing. I'm doing accounting. It is a lot. So I see why people have teams because you need a lot to produce these shows. But guess what? I've done it before. I can keep doing it. That just sets me up for the next level in the studio. Mm. So either way, let's get it started. If you all have any questions, comments you want to add, just get inside the chat. We are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube and Twitch. Soon we'll probably be live on LinkedIn and Instagram all at one time. We're moving up in the world. So, excuse me if you do put in something and there's a slight delay because I do have delay for my AI assistant to filter because, folks like to spam you with some foolishness. So, I'm going to hope that my AI assistant is in the background doing his or her or their job. We want to make sure we use their pronouns because we don't want to offend the AI people, the AI assistant. I mean, that's a whole nother discussion. But either way, protect the dolls. You'll hear me say that all night long. Protect the dolls, and the dolls know who they are. We are protecting the dolls at all costs. All right, so let me get to it. Let me go over here to my list of so much to go through. So welcome. Today we're going to do our best to tackle love, career, relationships, and mental health. Yes. My 40s has been literally a coming into oneself. That F at 40s is a real thing. Like when I say it is a real thing, it is a real thing. But before I get there, I just want to shout out a couple of people. I'm gonna be shouting out people all night long. So I know you all know that I absolutely love Katrina Johnson with Mantra mugs. Tonight, I know you all seen my mug before, but I'm gonna bring my mug up again. Where is it? Where is it? Well, this is the mug. I don't want to waste my tea. So I got a custom made mug at Mantra Mugs. You can actually find that she's actually has a pop-up, I believe, in I want to say the airport in Hartsfield Jackson. I think she's in there. Now, that's a woman that's like doing her thing. I just put the website. But yeah, you can go order your custom mugs. It's about to be Valentine's Day. So please go order your custom mugs. Mantramugs.com. Yes, I got this mug made. Literally, it is all the major landmarks in Atlanta. Yeah, all the major landmarks in Atlanta. Those who are from here, you know. I'm not from Atlanta, but I've been here long enough to know about the famous landmarks in Atlanta. Got to check out those famous landmarks. But I am drinking for those of you all. I put a picture up on Facebook like a couple of weeks ago about like I am just happy with sitting on my couch and drinking tea. Well, tonight I am enjoying cinnamon chai, or I mess it up. I'm not the tea connoisseur, but I do love some fine teas. And so I found this company or met the owner uh, of the Urban Tea Party. Guys, this stuff amazing. She curated a whole crazy line of wonderful products. I just put up her website, but you can go. Is Sherlyn Sellers? That's her name. Hey, friend, check her out at the Urban Tea Party, not the, but www.urbanteaparty.com. You all, she has a million types of teas. This is amazing, like amazing. So both Mantra Mugs and Urban Tea Party are 100% women owned, from my understanding. But check them out. This is not paid. I just believe in supporting wonderful, amazing people who has great businesses. So definitely check them out. This tea is absolutely divine. I don't put any sugar in it. I don't put any cream in it. I don't put no honey, nothing. The cinnamon one that I have is super strong. It's delicious. You can make it as dark as you like. Yes, I've become one of those people. I have this little doohickey, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to life at 40s. Now we are gonna laugh tonight. Hopefully we will not be crying. Let's not be crying tonight. Let's do our best not to be crying. Hello, somebody. But yes. So to those, let me make sure. Oh, somebody said something in the chat. Hey, Centron, I'm going to order some tea. Please, please order some of the tea. It is amazing. She's right here in Atlanta. The tea is I'm gonna get some more of them. I'm gonna try a few more, but the one that I have, definitely, I got it for my birthday. Thank you again. Absolutely amazing, delicious. At some point, I'm gonna give you guys my mailing address, so that if you want to, not my business mailing address. So yeah, yes, I have a business mailing address that doesn't come to my house, so y'all cannot be sending stuff to my house. You can send stuff to me. I can try it out, see what it tastes like. Be like, yeah, see what the services are like, and go from there. But definitely, guys, check out the Urban Tea Party as well as mantramugs.net. It's mantra mantramugs dot net. That's that website, mantramugs.net. And then the other one is going to be urbanteaparty.com. Both exceptional companies, amazing products. All right, so let's get to it. Life in your 40s, baby. No one prepared me. Let me tell you all. I turned 40 January 9th, 2021, in the middle of COVID. It was quite interesting. Some of you were with me during my COVID meltdown birthday. My birthday party was actually great. I had a Zoom party, so we're not going to go through that all again. But life in my 40s has just been head on a swivel. When I say head on a swivel, that head on a swivel. Literally every day there is something new, be it physically with my body, be it something in my mind. There are definitely uncharted territories of emotions. There are moments in which I cannot explain what is going on. I just know something is going on. I the biggest thing that has been interesting for me in my 40s has been the spiritual downloads or the divine downloads that I've been getting, just hearing and just being in rooms, and I don't want to be in them necessarily. So that's why I'm home a lot, because I get around people and I hear everything. I'm like, I don't want to hear all this stuff. But it has been so interesting because I've been able to navigate life better. Like, I see things and hear things clear. And when I say see and hear, it doesn't mean with the physical eyes and ears. It's those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. But when you get in your 40s, it is just like head on a swivel. You're like, wait. Things you used to stress about, you don't stress about anymore, because what you're worried about is the knees don't. And when I was in college, we was in a step show, and we had this thing where we said feet don't fail me now. Nah. In my 40s, I'm saying knees don't fail me now. There is no dropping it like it's hot. There is no dipping it low and breaking it up slow. No, it is only going up and down slow. Only up and down slow. Like, I know a lot of you all know what I am talking about. Yes, life in your 40s. Okay, it can be rough, But I think it's a coming of age where it's like you're being pruned for growth. So you're being disconnected from those things that serve you no purpose anymore. And well, let me take that back. I don't want to say, you know what? It's a combination of being pruned and prepared for your next chapter. And so, therefore, there's a burning and a shaking and a squeezing and a pressing of those things that have to come out in order for you to move forward in your destiny. It is not a comfortable feeling, but I will say it has been very liberating because I can interact with someone and have a conversation and literally be in 10 miles down the road, like literally having a conversation with you and I already know, okay, this is not going anywhere. Definitely hitting dating totally differently. So, one big thing that I have been telling people is in my 40s, I have accepted as a Capricorn that I do not have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Nope. You all, I wake up some mornings and I'm like, I don't have the answer today, boo. But guess what? We're gonna eat this pizza and we're gonna worry about it later. Like literally, that is how I am. I'm like, I don't have the answers today. And so many times we want to have the answers, especially in our 20s and our 30s. We're like, oh, I got the answer. I know this, I know that. I want to do this, I want to do that. You all, I had a whole life plan for myself. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have a husband by this time, I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You know what? The universe said, that's what you think you want. That's what you think you're gonna get. But let me show you what you're gonna get. I will say, most of the things that I have manifested on paper or written down on paper on my vision boards have come to true. Like literally have manifested, have taken place, has happened. So if you don't do vision boards, if you don't write, if you don't journal, if you don't manifest, yeah, you're not going anywhere. So I do write, I do journal, I do manifest a lot of things. Like my voiceover career is taking off and budding with this amazing voiceover coach that I have. So I am manifesting all the time and it literally has helped, but I still don't have the answers to everything. And that's okay. That is okay. I have accepted that it is not that it is okay. And if I wake up tomorrow and I want to just lay in the bed, I will. Now let me make sure I pay my bills now. So I do go to work. Another thing, like I talked about new emotional territories, I literally can meet people, not wait for your 50s. So Jessica says 40s is taking me through that. Yes, it can, but there's a lesson in everything. I don't know what it is. The lessons hit different in your 40s. You're literally just like, I don't want to cuss, but I'm just like, F it. Like, literally, if I want to do something, I do it. And if I don't, I'd be like, no, I'm not doing it. If I want to answer my phone, I will. I won't. Lisa says, wait for your 50s, especially for women. Woo boy. Yeah, I remember my mom turned 50. That's a whole nother discussion. Like my mom like totally became a different person. I'm like, who's this person? I don't know if I was in college. No, I wasn't in college. I was already living here in Atlanta. But either way, that's a whole nother discussion. Y'all want to bring her on my show so bad, but y'all know how my mom gets. She can be a little special when she wants to be. um, so yes, it's scary. What did she say? That's a scary thought because 40s and periods drag. Oh wow. See, y'all having a whole bonding session here. Yeah. I heard you all talk about period menopause, all this good stuff. Thank you, Miss Sean. We're trying to make sure we have a great show. We want to make sure you all love it. So make sure you all tell everybody about the show. Make sure you like. You can go to the website. Where is the website? Where's the website? There it is. Boom. You can always go to the website at revis.com/salad and fries. Please share, like, watch, all that good stuff. Yes, it's taking a moment to get the show back, but it's back. We're going to be rolling forward. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. Yay! I gotta stay on. See, this is why I need a show producer in the background saying, wrap it up. So I gotta make sure I'm going down my list. All right. So another thing about life in my 40s is navigating changing relationships. I have that on here. So when I say changing relationships, that means be it friendships, be it working relationships, be it sexual relationships, be it intimate relationships. All things are different. Like your 40s, you really value things. Like my social calendar went from here to here. I'm not out all the time. I'm not in these streets. So it's expensive out there. It's expensive in these streets. And when I'm not talking about financially expensive because it is financially expensive, but it's just emotionally expensive sometimes to be outside, especially in your 40s when you're just like, that's some BS. That person is fake. That person really don't want you here, but they invited you. Like all those conversations that you be having in your head, that's me all the time. Like, no, I don't want to be here. I'm good. I'm gonna sit in my house. But I do get out and I do meaningful, intentional things. We're gonna talk about my date I went on yesterday a little bit later because I went on a date yesterday. I know y'all want to hear about it. Because it's different. The date that I went on is really different. But we're gonna talk about it. Another thing in my 40s, spiritual gifts have just taken off like crazy, like more in tune, like unbelievably in tune with the things that I need in my life when I need them, how I need them. I for whatever reason can just wake up in the middle of the night and be like, gosh, I knew that was gonna happen. Oh wow, this is happening too. And next thing I know, someone is saying, you told me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all gonna learn to listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm in my 40s. I hear everything, I see it all without being there, getting to you. I'm loving this mic, guys. I want to thank Victor Escobedo. Victor Escobedo was my manager when I was working for a audiovisual company in DC. And literally, I'm like, Vic, I need this, I need to do this. And Vic, like, you need this, 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 and this. Like, he sometimes talks over my head. So I'm like, bro, bring it down to layman's terms. But literally, I can thank that guy for all of my wonderful equipment. Hold on, I gotta take a sip. Mm. The best ever. The best ever, guys. All right. So my birthday was the 9th of January. Hey, happy birthday to me. Oh, today is MLK Day. Happy birthday to my frat brother, Martin Luther King. Thank you for all the things you've done to allow me to be able to have this platform, to be able to share with you freely, openly, about myself and engage with you all. Hopefully, we'll have a whole bunch of people coming on throughout the year. I have some designers that I want to come on and chat with you guys. Uh, you know what Lisa said? I thought my 40s were my F at 40s, nothing like my 50s. It's really picking up. Friend, I'm telling you right now, you will be like, bump it. I'm good. We not even gonna deal with that no more. Um, so moving down my list, turning 45 and my 2025 revelations, y'all. Turning 45 a couple of weeks ago was absolutely amazing. I want to say back in December. Okay, so let me backtrack. There's always a story. There's always a what behind the why for me. So when I was turning 29, that was when I had just been laid off from Merrill Lynch. Excuse me. That's when I had just been laid off. All of us were laid off from Merrill Lynch. And I was like, oh Lord, what I'ma do, Lord, what I'ma do, Lord. And literally for my 29th birthday, I think I've told you all the story before. I went to Disney World. I was like, bump it, I'm going to Disney World. I went to Disney World, no job, no job, no job. But I went to Disney World. I was like, bump that, we're going to Disney. Go to Disney. I'm literally at Planet Hollywood crying my eyes out. Like, oh my God, my life is falling apart. Right. So that was 29. For whatever reason, I get these nuances before like the milestone. So at 29, I got what you get at 30. So at 39, 40, I got the F at 40s. But this 45, literally, guys, I want to say around November started it. I was able to go home and be with my family for Thanksgiving. And it just felt so good, like sitting around the table with people who genuinely want you there. Like the food was well prepared. You could tell it was love put into it. So it just made me feel warm and I so enjoyed it. It meant it just did some it gave me something that I needed, but it also told me that there was something bigger coming. So I think it kind of set the stage for December. December comes and I am mostly in London for the month of December. And the whole time while I'm in London, I'm like, "Well, this just feels so magical." Like it just, I don't know, things just felt really good. Everyone made me feel warm. And I was like, what is this feeling? And I was just eating it up, just loving it. So, when I go to London, I have my routine. I go to the grocery store, I chat with my people who work there. It's bad, y'all. I go to the same grocery store and the people literally know me. They're like, "Oh, Centron, we need this and we need that." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll be back, blah, blah, blah." Absolutely. I love building relationships around the world. If you don't travel, travel. Guys, you have to travel, make friends around the world. Stop being American. Stop living in your American bubble. I don't care if you look at your money and be like, I don't have no money. Get you a coach seat. I don't recommend sitting in a coach, a long trip. But if you have to, get you a coach seat, baby, and travel. Go out of the country. Pick you a city, find you a city, and make that your first, like, this is going to be my first home. You just go there consistently, meet the people in the area, stay in the same area, meet them, because they are going to show you the keys to exploring the city and learning more things, and then they teach you how to start saving money. Then you have relationships, and there you go. You got your first connection in a city, and then you hop on to the next city. So that's just my little nugget about traveling. We can talk about traveling all day. I love traveling. But either way, back to where I was going. With me turning 45, literally, I've been just like, I don't know, like my energy has been different. I want to sit at the tables, not sit. I've created space for myself and I've created my tables. Because if just because you don't want me to sit at your table, it's okay. I just create my own table. And then everyone's like, oh, I don't go sit at that table because it's well decorated and well put together. Correct. So I don't compare myself to anyone else. I ask you to do the same. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. That is a self inflicted purgatory. Hear me when I say this, because it is a lesson that I learned. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Well, Centron wouldn't do it that way. You're not Centron. Do it the way you would want to do it. Be unique. Carve your own lane. Be your own person. However, don't recreate the wheel, because if the wheel is already there, you can just enhance it. Get a little bit more glitter, a little more rainbow or whatever. Make it a little more fancy. Make it yours, boo. Make it yours. But yeah, I I'm gonna talk about two things. Well, three things. A lot of you saw that I was actually looking at a new career. I've been a flight attendant for going on 10 years. 10 years. A brother ready to come out the plane. However, it is paying the bills. It is allowing me to live here. My windows aren't open, so you guys can get a view. But either way, so I've been interviewing, or I've been going on interviews. So this past September, I got my community association management license by the Georgia Real Estate Commission that allows me to operate in a capacity in which I can manage homeowner associations, the dreaded homeowner association. So I really want to do it. Like, absolutely love the field, love the opportunity to guide a ship and a group of people in a direction that positively impacts them as a community. So I created this book. This is my interview book. Like, I show up to interviews and they're like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my interview book. Like, this is how I go to interviews." Be like, "This is what you're getting." I'm not basic. I'm not the basic person. Like, literally, this is what you're gonna get. So I show up to interviews with this whole document. Right, this is my interview booklet. So I went to this one interview because actually it was for two jobs with the same company. And the disheartening thing about the interview that took place was the person says, "Why would you want to leave your amazing job to come to do this grimy, dirty work, to work with crazy homeowners and crazy board members?" And guys, this is where F at 40s comes into play. I sat back in my chair in this interview and I said, and I quote, "I hope this does not disqualify me from the opportunity, but if it does, it is what it is. But it is very disheartening to hear you reference a job as dirty and grimy. It's also disheartening to hear you say that your clients that you serve, that pay into the pot that pays you for your compensation, that you refer to them as crazy, because I'm that crazy homeowner. I'm that crazy board member. And maybe we're crazy because your team and the people that you support don't have the competency or the wherewithal to properly service those people so that they can 100% trust them in what you are supposed to be doing or the services that you're supposed to be providing so that they don't act crazy. It is our jobs as community association managers to lead guide, and direct our communities. They should have 100% trust in us. And when they don't have trust in us, that is when they nag us. Are there going to be a few nuances? Are there going to be a few outliers? Yes. However, if we are doing what we are supposed to be doing, there's a high probability that we'll have a smooth and easy job. You come to work, you say this lobby needs to be emerald and gold, and they're going to say yes. How much is it? $1 million. We got it. They're going to do it because they 100% trust you. I said that in an interview, and literally they sat there like, who are we interviewing? You should have known when I showed up with this book that I wasn't there to play. I didn't come to play. I came to slay. I came to tell you, listen, I'm going to be the anomaly in the field. Guys, these homeowner associations need so much help. But either way, I say all that to say life in my 40s have helped me to be more authentically raw and just be myself. I'm not going to be rude or nasty, but I am going to speak from a place of facts and knowledge. I do less opinion. Everybody got an opinion. Speak from facts. Do your research. Go into rooms, have an understanding, know what you are speaking on, and be confident in your answers. Deliver a solid response. Um, a lot of people use ChatGPT. It's okay. You can use all of them: Perplexity, ChatGPT, Grammarly to help your grammar, Grok, whatever you want to use. Use all of them. It'll help you have a conversation with them to teach you how to better interact with people, but speak from a place of knowledge. And in my 40s, I value authenticity. I also value accountability. That's a bad word. Accountability is a bad word, guys. Accountability is a bad word. Why it's a bad word, I don't know. But for whatever reason, people are like, I am just not. Yeah. No one wants to take accountability for their actions. It's one of those things where you're like, you should be accountable for what you are doing. If you messed up, say, hey, you know what? I dropped the ball. I did some research. Here's what I found. This is the plan that I'm proposing that we use to go forward. Like, do that. It makes so much sense. It's so much easier when you just take accountability for your actions, take accountability for your fails, take accountability and ownership for your wins. And I promise you, everything will just be different. Like, you'll know how to move. Lisa says the absolute best interviews are where you're not afraid to fail the interview. Correct. Because it's a two-way street. It's I'm interviewing you and you're interviewing me. I sat in a master class with Anna Wintour herself. And Anna said, be honest because you don't want to work in an environment in which you lied to get there because you are not going to be successful because you're always going to have to lie. At some point, your lies are going to catch up with you. It's like just if they want you, they want you. If they don't, they don't. But it's a two-way street. And that's just where I am in my 40s. That's with all relationships. It is a two-way street. Either you want to be in it as much as I want to be in it, or not. It's not going to be a blend of emotions and I don't know what's going on. No, that's not what we're doing. Not in our 40s. Not going forward, friend. We are going to be 100% authentically ourselves. We're going to show up. We're going to be present. We're going to own our space. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to be rude, but I'm also not going to allow you to make me diminish and devalue myself. Sorry, I got on my soapbox. So I think that's a red flag, them speaking about the job in that way. It was a major red flag to the point that I had to withdraw my application. Like I had a conversation with the talent acquisition manager. And the talent acquisition manager was like, you knocked it out the park. Like you were dead on. You were great in your responses. I'm glad that you said what you said in the interview. And I said, but it still just, it sits in a bad space for me. In my 20s, I may have overlooked it. Maybe in my 30s, I would have overlooked it too. Like, I really want this job because, guys, the money was hitting. Okay. The money was hitting. And they were dangling a nice building in front of me too, one of the jewels of Buckhead, a very beautiful building. But I was like, you know what? Let me withdraw. So I withdrew from the process, and I actually went to lunch with the vice president, and we literally had a 3-hour lunch, just having a conversation, about the industry, about what happened, just being authentic, just having an information exchange. I love information exchanges, not boring stuff, not sitting here debating craziness. If that's what you want to do, then do it. But I love information exchanges. I love when people have questions, and we both are able to challenge each other without making one feel less than the other, if that makes sense. I love just sitting in rooms with people who know who they are and can have a conversation. That's just where I am right now in life. So I can't apologize if you just get sifted as wheat and not be in this chapter with me, but it is what it is. I move with intentions now. And if you can't, then so be it. We'll be friends maybe in the next chapter after I'm married and 3 kids in a house on a hill with a white picket fence. So either way, back to the accountability. Accountability is just a bad word for people. Like literally, you want people to be accountable, show up to work on time, wash your body when you come to work. Yes, you got to tell people to wash or tell people to deal with themselves, unless it's for religious things. And I get that, but there's a difference. But yes, accountability is just different. Like this whole working environment is different, and I had to put that at the forefront of my mind as it relates to me going back into a working environment, an office, or working with other people. I was like, this is not the planes and trying. How are you going to interact with people, especially those who don't believe in accountability? I'm like, no, you can't work like that around me. So the first thing you'll say is, he runs a tight ship. Yes, get it together or keep it pushing. Shape up or ship out. That's just how I feel. It is what it is. So shifting the winds, shifting the winds. Did everybody see Wicked last year or for the last 2 years, part 1 and part 2? All right. So don't judge me, but this is moving into the next part that I want to talk about, which is me and dating and love. Like Wicked did something for me. We all watched The Wizard of Oz, whatever. We've all watched The Wizard of Oz. Um, and we had our views on this particular character, the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba. And watching Wicked just not that it just changed my whole views on her as a character, but it just opened my eyes to where I am in my life right now and what I need. Literally, the first part, the whole entire movie just opened up a uncharted area of emotions that I had never experienced. So it was different. So I would sit and have my moments of just pure silence of, oh my gosh, this is different. But it also allowed me to process things in a different manner. So, like, one big thing for me, one big takeaway from the movie, I know I'm talking about a movie, but it just applies to my life right now. This is just where I am, so bear with me. One big thing was, like I told you all, I'm gonna be myself. I want to be seen, like being seen for who you are. That movie helped me to understand, be you regardless, because people are going to interpret what they want to interpret regardless. You can be the nicest person, the most knowledgeable person. People are always going to have their opinions of you. They're either going to like you, they might not like you, they may falsely label you, they may listen to what other people say about you. Your green skin of envy, it's wicked and evil. You might hear people do that. It is what it is. But you remain true to yourself because someone, your Fiero, I can't sing. Y'all understand. I love uh what is it? No good deed goes unpunished. No good deed. That's the name of the movie. That's the name of the song. Y'all can sing that all day long. I can sing it all day long. Um, my Fiero. Either way, I want to be seen in every room that I go in, like Fiero saw Elphaba. It's like you, you. I want you to be you. I want to put on my I want to put on my what do they call it? Her where she put on her little get up when they were doing the do Fiero and Elphaba when they were laying. I forgot what they called it, but I want to put that on and stand in the window and be held by my Fiero. So that movie just helped me to see that it's my time. If I continue to be myself and transparent, open, honest, It's my time for love. It's my time for elevation. And no matter what is going on around me, I have to stay focused. Stay focused on my destiny. Stay focused on the things that are in front of me, the things that I want. I have to stay focused. And I cannot allow those who may be all over the place to distract me from my purpose. I have to continue to connect with my innermost parts and just own my space. When I walk in a room, continue to be Sarabi in The Lion King. Y'all like he be referencing. I watch a lot of movies, a lot of Disney movies at that. I'm gonna walk like Sarabi walking through those hyenas. Baby, you can laugh, you can snarl, you can do all that stuff, but I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Do you? Anytime you have someone just coming at you just for no reason, there's a reason. They jealous, probably. They don't understand you. They may not know you. There's been many opportunities within the last several months that people have sat down. I've heard so much about you. You're so mean. You're so this and you're so that. And then they sit down with me and they're like, oh, it's not that you're mean. You just hold people to a higher standard. You hold people to the same standard that you hold yourself. Accountability. You make sure that when people deliver, they deliver. And if you can't deliver, it is okay. Let's look at the opportunities that are needed to be put in place for you to deliver. And if you still just can't deliver, okay, you need to sit over there because this train is going in the deliverables direction. And baby, you can't make it. All right. So let's talk about this date I went on yesterday. So I've been going on dates. Yes, I've been going on dates. I have been going on dates. I've been going on dates. They have been quite interesting. But I said in order to go on a date, you have to put yourself back out there. So I've put myself out there. Now, many of you know that I was going back and forth to London because I was dating someone in London, which I would love to throw that picture up so y'all can say, oh, wait a minute. So, yes, I was getting to know someone in London. It was blossoming, but as you all know, like my grandparents died and it was just a lot going on. He had a lot going on with his family and work, and then my grandparents died, and I just had a lot going on with myself, and it just didn't work. And also the distance, the flying back and forth, it took out a lot. Like he could not, it's not that he couldn't leave London, it's just because he had such a high powered job and such responsibility, it did not permit for his schedule to be as flexible as mine. So it made sense for me to go back and forth between Atlanta and London. So the statement was, I need you here in London. You all, when that guy said, I need you here in London, we're going to call him Mr. X. Well, Mr. J. Mr. J said, I need you here in London. And I was like, I'm an only child. My mom's parents just died. There is no packing up and moving to London unless there is something on his hand. He saw him and Han. Sir, I am not quitting my good job in the United States to move over to expensive London to be with you with no promises of marriage or anything. What I look like? I look like Boo Boo the Food. It also didn't help that, not that it should matter, but we're not the same ethnicity. He is a true Brit, properly educated in the London education system. However, I just, yeah, it just no, it just didn't make sense. So no, we're not even friends anymore. And literally, I had a drunk woman came up to me and said, "You're an attractive man. Why are you single?" And I looked at her like, "Helpful if I knew why I was single. I don't think I would be single, Miss Thing." However, she said, let me tell you this. I told her a brief little story about what happened with me and Mr. J. And she said, listen, that's his loss because you couldn't uproot and he wasn't trying to promise. She was like, you see that oaf over there? That's my husband. She was like, I knew when I met him that he was my husband. You both didn't know that you were each other's partner. So that's why it didn't work, because if you knew you were each other's partner, you would be together. Regardless of the distance, regardless of what's going on, you would have made sure that it worked out. And I said, she got a point. She said, so it's his loss because if he wasn't ready to fight for it, he wasn't the one you need to be with anyways, baby, because you are beautiful. You can have anybody you want. I said, and can, and do, and will, honey. Sorry. I know that was a little ghetto. I got excited. So Fast forward to me going on dates. So met this gentleman, not gonna say where. Met this young man. Well, he's not a young man. He's a little bit older, substantially older. But either way, we're on a date. So I told one of our friends, I said, I'm going on a date. He said, what's his ethnicity? I said, it doesn't matter. He was like, well, is he black? I was like, he's not, but it doesn't matter. So either way, go on my little date. I get on the date and I'm like, this dude look a little older than what he look like in this picture. Y'all gonna stop sending people these pictures of what you look like, knowing that you gotta meet them and you don't look like. Get it together. Cause see, I'm gonna give you that look like I'm gonna do. Is this you? Cause is this you? Is this you? Cause this is no. So either way, but he was super nice. We just went for tea because he knows that I like tea. He was like, I like coffee. I said, okay, I like tea. So we went to Cafe Intermezzo here in Atlanta on Peachtree Street. So we go to Cafe Intermezzo and we're sitting there, we're just talking, and he has a dog. And I said, oh Lord, here you go. So I was like, well, I'm not an animal lover. Let's get that out in the open real quick. Because the minute you say that, animal lovers be like, I don't want to date you. Because if you're not an animal lover, then you're not gonna have your animal come in my house. I'm sorry. They can stay in your house, but animals are not allowed in my house. Smoking is not allowed in my house either, and overnighters ain't allowed in my house either, unless you paying a bill up in here. Period. Sorry. So I was like, okay, baby, he picked up on that real quick. He was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. Okay, that's fine. If we're not gonna date because of a dog, it is what it is. You and your dog can keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. So fast forward. I'm sorry. I gotta go back. So I actually met two people in London. The second person, this is not funny, but it is funny. It's not funny, but it is funny because it is his fault. So I met this other guy and he and I connected. He lived in Jacksonville, but he would go back and forth between London, India, and Jacksonville. So he was living in Jacksonville, and one night he calls me, he's crying, and I'm like, what are you crying for? Like, bro, what are you crying for? So he's like, oh, I got so much stuff going on. I got to go home. And I said, well, my birthday's in a couple of months. This is when I was turning 44, I think. Yes, I was turning 44. So this was 2024 going into 2025. So 2024, he says, "Oh, I gotta go home because I gotta renew my not green card, visa, because he's from India." So he goes to India, and I was like, "As long as you're gonna be back for my birthday, we're good." So we had this whole plan. He's gonna fly back from India. We're gonna celebrate my birthday together, and hopefully he's gonna be like, "I love you." And I told him, "Hey, I don't know what's gonna happen in our election, but we might need to get married." And guys, before you say anything, I was like, we need to get married because at least if we get married, it'll fast track you for your green card. I get what I want, you get what you want. Hey, y'all like really? Yes. So, and he's sexy. Like literally, people have seen this man and been like, whoa, he is fine. I'm like, okay, I can pull him. Don't play with me, y'all. Y'all don't see pictures of these people because I like to keep my pieces on the low. But so either way, he's like, I don't know about this. I was like, we need to get married. I'm telling you right now. He's like, it's just so much to go through that whole process. I'm like, I'm telling you right now. So y'all, the election happens. We all know what happened there. So the elections happen. He goes to India, baby. They said, you ain't going back to the United States. So he is like panicking. I got to get back home because he has this massive house in Florida, y'all. Huge home, super expensive, all this good stuff. So he somehow he finds his way back to the United States. In not ICE, Customs and Border met him at the plane. He was in jail for 2 weeks. Bro called me crying. Oh, I need an attorney. I need this. I need that. And I'm like, I told you to marry me. You didn't. So you're going to have to figure it out. So for 2 weeks straight, this man was calling me. I need this. I need that. And I'm like, I'm not your man. I'm not your husband. I told you to marry me. You didn't. And you know what happened? He got the and deported. And I said, "Oh well, girl, I told you to marry me, Miss Honey." But he'll resurface soon. I'm pretty sure he's gonna find his way back because he has this massive house in Florida. So I'm pretty sure he's not gonna let that go. So let's fast forward to this date I went on yesterday. I don't even know if I should even talk about it because I'm pretty sure my mama watching the show. She gonna judge me, y'all. Y'all gonna judge me too, but I don't care. It is what it is. So this is my truth, and I'm gonna stand in it. I'm gonna talk about my date I went on yesterday. But before I talk about my date I went on yesterday, No, I'm going to talk about it. So I went on a date yesterday. The date was 3 hours. The date was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. The conversation was great. The body chemistry was amazing. Like, it was pure conversation. It was you can be I felt like I was talking to my Fieros, plural. Y'all better pick up what I'm putting down. The conversations were great. So now I'm about to drop. Yes. If anybody's questioning, I said Fieros with an S, not singular, but plural. So I did go on a poly date yesterday. And for those who don't know what a poly date is, Google. You can Google, you can use Snapchat, Instagram, whomever you need to call, phone a friend. I went on a poly date yesterday. It is different. Okay. I know it is different, but I went on a poly date yesterday. And a poly date, it was it was great. The conversations with both of them was great. The energy was great. And someone said, "Well, Cintron, how you gonna fit in this trouble?" um, I travel, and some people use that as a crutch to say, "Oh, you're never home, so you can't be with nobody." I can be with whomever I want to be with. My travel does not dictate my ability to be present in a situation or in a relationship. However, I wanted to explore it and it was great. Like literally, guys, 3 hours. Something that we thought was just gonna be like, oh, let's just get a drink and just, see whatever. It turned into a 3 hour, oh my gosh, you're amazing. Yes. Yes, Lisa, Polly. It was a poly situation. So the date was amazing. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. I could be 100% authentically myself. They were 100% authentically themselves. They were open, they were transparent. They told me what they were looking for. I said what I was looking for because they're already a couple. And they're looking to bring in a third person to create this situationship. And I'm open to it, or I'm open to it. It ain't my first time going down the Poly Road, just so that y'all would know, period. But it's my first time being serious about a poly situation. I know this is different. I was not raised in that environment. There are plenty of things that we aren't raised to, but I've experienced the world and I've learned so much stuff. I've learned what I like, what I don't like. And the poly situation kind of works. I'm not saying that my relationship that I'm going to ultimately end up in is going to be a poly situation, but for right now, I'm open to it. I'm not going to cancel it out. So it was great. In the end, we're not going to date. We're not going to be together. No, they're not black, but it don't matter. Because one of our friends, he was like, "Are they black? At least it's one of them black." I was like, "Why y'all keep bringing up are they black?" I'm like, "It doesn't matter." But they were super amazing. We definitely agreed to be friends, to hang out, to do different things together. We have so much in common. We like some of the same TV shows. One of them is really into cars, and we started talking about some vehicles, and the other one was like, "You two over there bonding." And then me and the other one started talking about something like, "Wait a minute." So I'm like, we all have our connections, and they're completely opposites. One talked a lot, one was reserved. One is a former cop and used to be married to a woman. And the other one, he's just like, nope, just gay. Met him in the gym, fell in love. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So yeah, it's we're gonna be friends. We're not gonna date. Uh if that changes, I'll let you all know. You'll actually meet them. But for right now, we'll be friends. You may see them, you may not. But now let's be clear, I ain't being no hoe. We ain't doing that. So yes, that's the whole dating thing. So we have a few more moments. It's been a nice, wonderful show. Y'all have any questions? So let's have a little fun. So in Atlanta, there is let's have a little fun. We're gonna have a little fun real quick. I don't know if any. Oh, I guess I should look to see if anyone said anything on Facebook. I'm so sorry, my Facebook people, because my Facebook comments aren't coming through. So I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get some stuff up. So let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun. So I was on the phone with one of our friends. Myron. I was on the phone with Myron, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna eat today, man. And so I was like, let me go look at this place. This is a place called Atlanta House of Pizza. Remember that name, Atlanta House of Pizza. Lisa said, hey, nothing wrong with being a host. Lisa, log off. Go to the corner, friend. Go to the corner. I mean, there is something wrong with being a hoe if your bills ain't being paid. Let's just be clear because we need our bills paid. But either way, moving on. So I went to this place called Atlanta House of Pizza. Guys, before I went there, I'm very big on reading reviews. So I was on the phone with Myron that was sitting in the Publix parking lot. I was like, I don't know what I want to eat. He was like, well, I was like, I'm looking at this place called Atlanta House of Pizza. Guys, I went to the reviews, baby. The reviews set it off. Like there's a man, I don't know what to say. Best anytime. Eat spot in the A. Food comes out decent. Time. Pizza is great. I will never go to Pizza Hut or Papa John's anymore. Great prices. If you haven't been yet or in your A, it must go to the spot. Baby, I was reading this thing because I was like, I have a feeling this is how these people are writing. These are the people who are doing these reviews. Another one said, the best pizza I've had in a long time. The ingredients tasted incredibly fresh, and the dough was absolutely delicious and soft. Definitely coming back. Definitely coming back. Another one said the food was amazing and the service was even better. I would definitely be back. I was like, girl, let me, because literally, guys, I looked at the menu first and I saw the names of the food and I said, okay, let me go. I love my people. My people are creative. So it is definitely one of our establishments and I absolutely love it. Y'all, I ordered the Dirty South pizza. I think it's called Dirty South. Let me get it. Let me make sure it's called Dirty South. I think it's called Dirty South. I can't find it. But I think it's called the Dirty South pizza. It is a combination of like a supreme pizza and like a mighty meaty pizza from Mellow Mushroom put together. Like it had a baby. It's just like tons of meat, tons of veggies, like thebomb.com. Y'all, I got to the restaurant and I said, oh Lord, look at those. I said, oh Lord, little sketch. But then I remembered the sketchy looking restaurants be having the best food. Baby, I bopped up in there and it was like, hi, baby. They were so nice, super amazingly kind. The food was divine. Like I became one of these review people. When I say Atlanta House of Pizza is the bomb.com, I got one today actually because I was like, we're gonna give me some Atlanta House of Pizza. Y'all, if you are in Atlanta, if you are ever in Atlanta, you have to order from Atlanta House of Pizza. It's off of Buford Highway. I think their address, and no, they're not paying me. They're at 2845 Buford Highway, Atlanta House of Pizza. Get your fresh pizza here at Atlanta. If you ever seen Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, walk your pizzas down to Daddy Green Pizzas. Yes, this is a Daddy Green's pizza, baby. This is Daddy Green's pizza off of The Last Dragon by Barry Gordy. Baby, the pizza's thebomb.com. It's really good. I enjoyed it. They're super nice. I went into it. I said, okay, y'all got a new cashier system. They was like, yes. I said, y'all moving up. Because I can tell they making that money because then they got an expensive system in there. They got the self-kiosk checkout. Baby, you ain't got to interact with them. You can check yourself out at the Atlanta House of Pizza. You can eat in or get it to go. You can listen to your favorite R&B and hip-hop, or you can get it to go. I always get mine to go because I be by myself and I ain't trying to look kind of crazy, But yeah, check them out. They're pretty good. So yes, anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? This has been super amazing. I don't want to keep you all longer than an hour. A few products I wanted to position for you guys. My photos for my 45th birthday. I did this photo book. And in this photo book, I actually was thanking people. Like it's literally just like a ode to people who have poured into me, thanking them for everything that they've done. I spoke to my photographer and I said, you know what? I want to do this book. I want to create this imagery of myself because one of my friends, she died last year. She used to say, Centron, you are an anomaly. And I just never understood it. And it literally clicked one day. And I have the lyrics to Defying Gravity from Wicked because that has been my year. Like I feel like I have been defying gravity. Like everything that I'm doing right now is outside of what I ever could have imagined or even dreamed. Like this year, the 2026 rundown for me is just going to be out in the streets, get in my life, elevation, just living larger than what I've ever lived. And I know people say, Centron, you can't get no bigger than what you already. Watch me work. Watch the universe deliver. Because if the divine energy and breath is in me, then I clearly am of the divine. And so, therefore, what I speak shall happen. So, therefore, I will walk in rooms, own them, and do whatever it is I need to do for me. So, you better do the same thing. So, either you come with me or you still on the wayside. But don't be over here being crabs trying to pull me down because you can't hold me down. But either way, so I did this wonderful book, and the photographer was Aaron Moon with Pics by the Moon. And then the photos that I got for this book was by Brandon Rashad Photography. I can give you both of those photographers if you guys need any photos. They're both here in Atlanta, both absolutely phenomenal, great guys. They do amazing work, but I create these books. So Valentine's Day is coming up. You want to do a little something, little nice little shoot, send it to your boo, send it to your booze, send it to your poly booze like me. Let me know. I can work on some graphic stuff for you because as you know, we do voiceovers, we do graphics, we do everything. We elevate around here. You are a brand. Guys, you who's watching this show, you are a brand. So you better be out here walking in your truth and walking in your brand. Own it. Invest in your brand, invest in yourself, invest in your mind. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode of Salad and Fries. It's going to pop up. I'm going to at some point have I can't commit to weekly, y'all, because Lord, I committed to weekly one time before. And oh Lord. But yeah, I'm going to be working on a few shows to have some people on. If you have guests that you all want me to interview or have on my show, let me know because I have the technology to make it happen. But yes, please, if you haven't seen Wicked, go watch it start to finish. Tell me what how it connected, what you felt looking at your life and all that other good stuff. If you haven't dated or you're not dating, get out. Don't be hermits, guys. Get out, have fun. Even if you got to go for a walk in the park by yourself, get out, go to parks, go to art museums. Next week on the 24th, I'm going to Gallery Anderson Smith. I think that's the name of it. It's their grand opening on the 24th. So if you're in Atlanta, if you are in Atlanta and you have nothing to do on Saturday, January 24th, text me, send me a note. I will let you know where I'm going to be. You guys can meet me at the art gallery because we're just going to go take in some art. There's so much here in Atlanta. But if you have nothing to do this Saturday, guys, let me know. Send me a text, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, hookah, whatever. We're gonna go to this art gallery and support these wonderful artists. It's not downtown. It's in Midtown, next to Colony Square. I think it's across the street from the High Museum of Art. I'm going to be going to orchestra concerts this year. I'm going to be doing a lot of cultural things. We're going to be moving with intentions this year. So even if you're not in Atlanta and you're going to be passing through Atlanta, send me a note if I'm available. Let's get out. Let's go enjoy life. Let's make life happen. Stop waiting for life to happen and make life happen. Stop waiting for people to invite you to their tables. Create your own table. Stop waiting for roads to appear and create your own. Okay, we got it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you. Smooches. Bye.